Or did you draw inspiration from?
My name is Philip Thompsonowie. I'm a sophomore here at Forest Grove High School. My character is Samuel. He's the first mate of the pirate ship. He doesn't really know what's going on. I haven't thought a ton about the inspiration. Probably Noah Wilson Fay. He's a pretty beautiful person.
So my name's Noah Wilson Fay, and I play the Pirate King. He's a scruffy guy. I use the two words flashy and airhead to describe him. And I draw inspiration from Kevin Kline's version of the Pirate King. Yeah, even I look like him with this poofy shirt and pants and stuff.
Like, oh my gosh, I got a lead role, and I was like, oh, look at those. Those are some, I think they're big names. I don't know them. They're probably big names. We'll go with that.
Well, I am a daughter, and I feel like my character is a more girly, ditzy character, which is basically myself.
Well, I'm one of the pirates, and jokingly we nicknamed my character Keith. I just thought that really embodied the character, who tends to be a little more on the stupid side, but he has a good heart.
My character, I'm one of the daughters. I named her Primrose because I think that's cool. My character is kind of aggressive, and I guess I draw inspiration from the fact that I'm not aggressive in real life, and I like to be characters that I'm not because it gives me an opportunity to try something new.
With the characters, it's your job to breathe life into those characters.
You can't put theater into words. You really can't. It's a dying art. It's a dying art, and I feel honored that I get to live it every day for the last few months. I get to be a part of it, to know that my role will once again be reprised several times for years to come, and it's just I'm always going to be connected to the show. I'm always going to be part of Pirates of Penzance.
What does theater mean to me? It's basically just another form of self-expression, and I've done lots of performance doing music and things like that, but it's a much more raw way to be on stage than like playing music or something like that. It's performance for the sake of performance instead of for the sake of whatever it is else you're doing.
When it comes to theater here, I'm going to quote Megan Hilty and say that there is nothing more important or as special as live theater. And that for theater here, it's this huge family, and like your family expands, and it's eclectic, and it's just this deeply bonded group.
Because we all know what we have to do. We all know that we have to help each other. We all help each other. It's, again, like it's just a family.
I love being on the stage and giving life to the written word.
Theater is an incredible thing because it's a chance to sort of explore a world that you would not otherwise have the opportunity to explore. You get to define who you are within this particular world, and you can make that whatever you want to be. So it's a great outlet for creative people.
Do you wish you would have gotten involved in theater earlier?
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll hear that from a lot of people, that they wish they would have gotten involved earlier. It's kind of like in colleges, when they ask you what your one regret is from high school, everybody tells you that their one regret is that they would have gotten involved earlier. And when you hear that as a freshman, you'll be like, nah, I won't be that person. But you always end up being that person. You want to get involved as soon as you can because it's so much fun.
Okay, now guys, when you're doing this, you've got to use your legs.
I'm so sorry.
Okay?
You won't get arrested for doing this, Philip.
You can't compare experiences because they're always so different, but I do enjoy doing musicals only because there's the component of a larger cast, and it's always best to share your emotions and experiences with other people, and it's just really great having this huge group of people that you can just go to, and you may have nothing in common with them at all, but then at the end of the day you realize you do. You're both in theater, you both ended up here in this tiny little theater, and it's amazing.
I think it's great. during the day I'll be like, oh my god, I have to go to a theater now and spend like 4 hours there, and then I get here and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever.
So, let's see. When I'm on stage with other people, I think I'm okay with it. If the audience is staring right at me, I feel great. Just having all these new friends, just being able to talk to people and performing on stage, it's such a great thing. It's amazing. And if I don't perform, I'll be backstage helping them out. So yeah,
That's great.
I will be staying in theater.
I would have loved to have been a part of theater sooner. If I had started in pit or on stage or even been a techie, I would have loved every minute of it during freshman year. And I really wish that I had the chance to work more closely with the drama department instead of just starting my sophomore year.
It's a lot different because it's a musical, and the way that like musicals are gone about here is very different than how we go about doing, say, like a show like The Crucible or Shakespeare.
I think my favorite part of this show in particular is really taking the opportunity to get into character, because there's so many specific things that go on with even members of the chorus and things like that. Everybody has their particular costume. Everybody has their particular, feel to their character. And so showing up each day and sort of getting in the mood of, Keith, the awkward pirate, is very fun, and I really enjoy that.
It looked fun, and I've been doing acting for the last 2 years, and it's amazing.
Definitely the first time I got to hold my sword was really cool. I've never had a prop sword before, and that's something I've always kind of secretly wanted to have. So I'm probably most grateful for that opportunity, and it was a lot of fun getting to work out this sword play and choreography.
On opening night, I feel like we're gonna have a pretty great show. There's just been so much time and energy that's gone into it, and like we're at a point already where like the show is solid. It really is. And by the time you get to opening night, it's going to be perfect.
Each person is unique, and each cast is unique, because you cannot have the same people in every cast that you do. Especially even if you do the same play, I'm almost certain of that.
What is your favorite song in the musical?
My solo.
Your solo?
Yeah.
Which is, can you sing a little bit of it for us right now?
Can't pray with you.
Keep mountain skipping, really wrapped and fountain, passing where the willow quiver, passing where the willows quiver by the ever-rolling river, and with the summer rain.
Get to her side at 5.
6. I don't know. Did you find me a new mic? Because last time this one didn't work at all. What ought we to do?
Something.
What made you want to do this show?
I have always enjoyed being part of the musicals. It's just been an awesome combination of what I love most. Looking forward to being in a career of writing screenplays and such, and so it's really interesting to just kind of see how things come to life from the script.
I guess what made me want to do this show in particular is pirates. I think pirates are really cool, and shows in general. I like to sing, I like to act, I like to perform. That's just, I'm a performing person. I like people to see me, and I like to show things that I'm good at.
I haven't been in a show since the summer, and I love doing theater and singing, so it's just another opportunity to do that.
I did a show on a whim. I tried out for The Sound of Music 2 years ago, and I got in, but only as a chorus member. I only had like one scene on stage, and it was a dance scene, no lines or anything. And then I liked it, even though I didn't have a good part, or a big part. And so I tried out the next year, and I got the lead in Once Upon a Mattress, and that was a lot of fun. So
I wanted to do this show because I really love doing musicals, and I was already familiar with much of the music, and I knew that I would really enjoy doing it.
I have been in every show, or I've been part of every show, since I was a freshman, since the very first show that was happening here, which were 2-1X. So I wanted to be able to do this and like have a good, last, fun show.
I love music and I love theater, and I can't find myself going away from it. I just always drawn back. Every time I'm like, I'm tired, you know, my grades, I'm just always sucked back in because of the people and the atmosphere and the rush I get just from performing on stage. It's wonderful. Hey, where's Levi? Did he not need a ride?
Mustache stash.
Your mustache stash?
Where's Levi?
I don't know.
Someone text Levi.
Thank you.
Fly with me and just forget the world.
Do you have eyeliner?
Before we get too old,
She needs that after you go.
a garden that's bursting into life.
First time I heard this, we all just lay on the floor.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
That was the best time, and we all sang to each other, and we like laid on the floor, and it was a moment, and it was our freshman year. That's what kept me coming back to theater.
It was a cast party, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of them. I'm sorry.
For Sound of Music.
No, it wasn't.
No.
No, it was
I'm
for
sorry, the
Bridge
bridge is out.
Was it?
Where's Emma?
I think so.
I'm sorry, the bridge is out. I don't remember what happened.
It was really late. We were the
Yeah, it was
most of the people had left. Everyone had
Yeah.
left except for like
Oh,
what, it was
a handful.
like 5 people, I think.
Around there.
Yeah, and
it was just we all just
was
laid
magical.
down. It was.
What do you think of Berdal and Turner's directing?
Oh, I like Mr. Berdal. I love Mr. Berdal. Mr. Berdal is like the embodiment of like the choir director.
Mr. Berdal is the worst director on the face of no, he's great. They both tell us what we need to hear, and they're both really encouraging. They're so fantastic. Yeah, I'll miss them.
He's very much a choir director. He's very much vocals and music, and he's really good at it. And you can see him, he's confident when he's doing it.
And Mr. Berdal is laid back enough that you're like not super stressed out all the time, but he's also strict enough and has enough planning, I guess, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of is, that he is able to actually get shows together on time. And Turner is just cool. I like Turner. I think he has cool facial hair.
Take out 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and
back in.
Take
Count
out
4.
3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1.
Take out 2 as well.
We did some exercises where we gave our characters names and where we gave our characters just different qualities and tried to incorporate them into like just walking around or talking.
Opportunity to get married with impunity, but we gave up the felicity of unbounded domesticity. We displayed true lace and dignity. Never was such opportunity to get married with impunity, but we gave up the felicity of unbounded
Burdall's directing are pretty great, I think. I don't really have much of a comparison to put them against because, first production and all that. But I think it makes sense if you aren't being stupid and ignoring them.
Turner once, had all of the pirates pick an animal and then said, have your character be that animal. And that gave you a little bit of inspiration. I mean, I chose seal, and I've been trying to find out how I can do that, but...
I like how they direct, because if we're doing something wrong, they will tell us how to make it better. And if we're doing it great, they weren't even better than that. They weren't nearly perfect.
Mr. Burdall is a great director. The thing that I like about him most is that he's very particular, and he knows what he wants, but at the same time he's not overbearing or overly strict. And he does a great job making you feel like when you're doing something right, you're on track, and if you're not doing something correctly, he's very just gracious about letting you know this is the way I kind of want it. So he's a very easy person to work with.
You do carry some of your character's development within you, so in a way they kind of help you develop as a young adolescent, and I really enjoyed both of their directing and just being in the atmosphere, because you can't have a show without a director, and it's really awesome when you have really great ones.
What? 20 how many?
21, give or take. Like 1 or 2.
Alright, have a seat.
Look, we can see Sherry.
I said I didn't want to bring it back. There's no point wasting it. Wow.
So what is your Shakespeare?
At this time, I would like to remind you of things. Please be very courteous to our waitresses. We're insane, and they have to do with like 30 of us. Secondly, if they need to talk, right? Thirdly, I would like to welcome the freshman underclassmen of it for congratulations. We either like you or you will easily be great about this. People can make speeches if they want to. The only rule is that at the end, whoever leaves first has to make a speech.
Yep, so, yeah.
So, Sherry's Run started 10 years ago? What a Sherry's Run is, because shows when we were freshmen and before that didn't usually start until like 7:30 or 8, and they were like 3 hours long. You didn't get out until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And by the time we went somewhere to eat, everything would be closed except for Sherry's, because that's open 24 hours. And so we created this little tradition where at least once a show we'll go to Sherry's and people will give speeches, and it's just a lot of fun. We have this huge group of people who are covered in makeup, we're dead tired, eating not very good food, admittedly, but it's food, and it's breakfast food. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're all just laughing and telling ridiculous stories. I think one of my favorite moments ever for Sherry's Runs was Aubrey Van Dyke last year rapping. Like, so many things happen at Sherry's Runs. It's like inside jokes form you reuse inside jokes. Speeches are given. Great speeches are given at Sherry's Runs. This year we already had the Pirate of the Caribbean Hoist the Colors speech.
Get her ready.
Okay.
Can we echo?
Now you will listen to me. Listen!
Why?
The brethren will still be looking here, to us, to the Black Pearl to lead. And what will they see? Frightened field traps aboard a derelict ship? No. They will see freemen and freedom. And they will see, and the enemy will see the flash of our cannons. They will hear the ring of our swords. And they will know what we can do. By the sweat of our brows and the strength of our backs and the courage of our hearts. Gentlemen, hoist the colors!
But I don't know, it's great speeches. Sherry's Run is a magical thing, and I really hope it continues after we're gone.
And gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, while any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day.
Did I miss something?
Now look, this is the people who you should be most concerned about having a good time is your audience, Okay? You have fun. You do what you do. You go out and you sing. You have a great time. You show people what you've got, what you can do. That's awesome. But realize you're doing this for them. That's the...
Opening night is my favorite night of any show, I think, because everything that can go wrong does go wrong. But everyone has so much energy that they handle it really well. And I think opening night for any show is one of the best shows there is. And so I'm really looking forward to tonight.
So if your diction is not such that they can understand it, they're not going to have as much fun. If you're out of tune, they're not going to have as much fun. Everything has got to be for them. If you're not smiling and having a good time, they're not going to have fun. You have to do it all for them and have a really great time at the same time.
I think opening night is actually going to go really well, and I'm excited to open it and show it to everyone else.
So listen, have a great show. So looking forward to seeing it.
I've always liked watching it. All right, so I feel that we can all relate to pirates because we too are after the booty. After the booty on 3. 1, 2, 3. After the booty!
For the pirate ship, fill a pirate glass. And to make us more than them, let the pirate come to pass. For today our pirate friend rises from indenture's green. Strong is our king's strength, and he's a pirate now. Here's to love, to friendship, 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 out of his adventures. Empty now he's gone, and alone he's fit to fly.
We just got off stage performing the very first scene of the first time that we're putting on this show. How do you think it went?
First time performing a scene, I think it went pretty darn well. You know, there's never a lot of people in the audience the first night.
Of course, this being a Thursday night.
Right, it's a Thursday, but I think it went really well. A lot of energy. I actually tried more things than I should have, I think. Like I slapped Aaron's butt.
Well.
And I went, woo.
The audience loved it.
Right, yeah, that's my favorite part about the show, when audiences do something. Compared to other productions, this one has been a lot more fun, viscerally fun, I think, because last time, my best friend Aaron Orr, we didn't have any interaction on the stage. I actually convinced him to try out for that one, but this time, we're kind of two people that have, chemistry and on stage, so that's a lot of fun, and I think just the pirates with the swords, it's so fun.
Well, this is opening night, and you just got off stage moments ago. First time going out there. How did it go?
I think it went pretty well. So far, from what I hear, the show's going pretty well for everyone. And the audience loves it too, so that's always good. Oh, every show is different. That's a definite. This one? Oh, I don't know. I guess, I would say it feels the same, but it's not. Because everyone here, it makes it just a good atmosphere for everyone.
It's real positive
Yeah,
atmosphere. It's always exciting.
everyone wants to do the same thing. It's good.
Do you think the audience is loving it?
Yeah, I think they're liking it a lot, despite some complicated language. I think they get it.
One, two, three, paradox! 1, 2, 3, open! 1, 2, 3,
Check your props!
What the heck are these?
Okay, we were out on stage, and me and Noah were doing the Pirate King, right? We were trying to do this whole sword fighting sequence. We missed each other's swords. And what's supposed to happen is my sword goes down on the floor, and he's supposed to step on it and smack me in the butt with his own sword, right? Except his sword didn't guide my sword down, so I just kind of threw it on the ground for him. And then he stepped back and hit me, and I accidentally let go of the sword and threw it directly at Mr. Berdal's head. Like, he had to duck to avoid this sword, and I literally could have killed Mr. Berdal. And then it starts to roll. I'm like, oh god, and it falls off the stage. So then Aaron or Frederick had to lend me his sword, and he had to go. There was a time when he's supposed to lift up the sword, and apparently he had to use a fan, one of the women's fans, instead of a sword. That's definitely my favorite.
if the ship, God forbid, should have some trouble docking right there, you wait for 10 seconds and then you go, coming around.
Swim
Boom,
on
when
stage.
you go
It's
around
one of the harder
and-
ports to land.
Exactly.
Oh, the ship breaking? Oh my god. Like, so many things happened that night. That was the same night that I threw a sword at Mr. Berdahl's head, right? So, breaks, and I thought it was hilarious. I didn't even know what was going on half the time that night. Who was it? It was Levi. He said, "Who's driving my ship?" That's a great ad-lib.
This is fine. I could use words though. Words are good. Like, you scurvy dog, come here and let's.
Yeah, guys.
Like that. Make something up. Right? Like pirates. It's Talk Like a Pirate Day every day.
Hi, whatevs.
This is Terry Judas. He's the best person ever.
No, I'm not. What do you want?
I don't know.
Your senior project is great.
Thank you.
I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's great.
All right.
Mine was better.
What has been your favorite memory from this show so far?
I have to say, it was teaching Maria, Emily, Jer, and Jack about warm-ups and like having them like learn new warm-ups and getting ready for them to pass the torch on to them. Because, I don't know, warm-ups is one of my favorite part. I've been doing it now for 3 years. The baton was passed to me at the end of freshman year, not junior year. Been here too long. So I don't know, it's very special to me, warm-ups and theater in general, and so passing it on was really emotional for me. And I got to clap for them, and I was like, yeah. And at the end, I was able to say, oh, and thank you to me for 4 years of service.
You better make it quick.
Oh, wait, thank you to me for 4 years of service.
Thank you, Nick!
So, I mean, it's been my favorite moment of this entire show because I get to share with them something so special.
I'm scared. Oh, this is gonna be Don't crush me. Oh my god! Matt, stand up! Matt! Oh my god! Oh my god, no! Nate, you
Hang on first. Chelsea, get on.
Okay. No, I'm not. I'm gonna crush you.
No, you won't.
I can't even just jump. Take my iPod.
Well, I've noticed a ramping up in quality over the past couple of nights, so I'm hoping that it'll just be a total blowout, not the bad kind of blowout, but like a good kind of explosion of awesome. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, because you can't really anticipate what's going to happen in theater, which is partially why it's so cool.
We've had ships crashing. We've had benches falling over. We've had people running into walls.
Don't forget the mustaches.
The mustache is falling and being eaten by your own face. I mean, you guys have experienced so much in this show. It's only been 2 weeks long. You've had 6 shows. And think of how much closer together you guys are, and how much more in tune with your characters you are than you were 2 weeks ago. You have had so much done for yourselves. Know who you are, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. And make the show especially good for the seniors. This is our last show. So if you let us down, we'll never forget you. I will literally haunt all of your asses. Okay! Bring it in! So, if anyone wants to do that, you should do that now.
Neither did I.
But I just want to say to all of you, thank you. It's truly all of you guys that made this so amazing. And you guys are a family to me. And I love you all individually and collectively because you guys are all amazing. I love you all. And I just want to say thank you for an amazing past 2 months. You guys all hold a special place in my heart. Especially you, Aaron. You gorgeous man. Thank you.
I love performing, and theater is like, it's so much different than like the traditional dance recital that I'm used to, and it's really fun just adapting a character and stuff. And what I love most about it was just working with all of you guys. The performing and fine arts, they are what show the beauty in life, and it shows the things that you can do. It just keeps the beauty in life alive, and each and every one of you contributes to that. You're contributing to this greater good and this beautiful thing that couldn't be here without each and every one of you. And I just want to encourage you to keep doing what you do. And even if you don't get the role you wanted, you don't always get the part, never give up. Keep going for it because you're going to do great things. I will always be there to cheer you guys on and watch you progress. It's beautiful what you guys do. You're all beautiful and just keep doing it. I love you.
Best pirate ever. Thanks for all the pirates. Arr! You're the best. I love you. Dusty, thanks for dressing me up like David Bowie, but more like Turner, thanks for telling me what I needed to hear, even though I may not have listened sometimes. Mr. Bradall, you're pretty cool. So just thanks for all of you that made this what it was. Like Mr. Bradall was saying that there's not a lot of other places you can find such close, tight-knit companionship, such as theater. So thanks for that.
This show has been the best show I have ever done. Each and every one of you are strange and amazing in your own ways. At least you're all strange together. Yeah. All of you, every single one of you, I wish I could know each and every one of you more. You are all amazing. I think that's about it that I have.
Oh my god!
All right.
So, I started drama junior year with the music.
What?
I should have gotten into it earlier. Honestly,
Yes.
you guys are great. Just straight out. I can't even begin to describe it. There are no words that I know of that I could use to describe it. It's just. And if I start crying, none of you laugh because I will come over there and I don't know.
You will cry with you.
Yeah, probably. So, it all comes down to this. When you guys are out on stage, or when you're backstage teching, you are bearing your souls for other people to judge you by. And they like it. That's a good thing. I think that reflects on every single one of you well. Doesn't it? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, yeah. So, all of you are wonderful people.
Alright, so when I heard we were doing Pirates for the musical, I was like, again? And then I was, oh wait, that was in it last time. But, just let's say, even though I knew the music and everything, and I almost been in Pirates, I was so excited to do this show. Then I heard that it was gonna be not Pirates because we couldn't find the music for it. So all I'm really gonna say is, thank you, Angie Berdal.
Yeah!
Somebody start counting words.
I'm sorry.
It's been awesome to be in such a great group of people that we all come together despite our different backgrounds today. That I love you all. It's been just an excellent ride. I'm amazed at how we've all come together, and it's just been brilliant.
So this means thank you in sign language, but it also kind of looks like I'm blowing a kiss to y'all, which also my affection.
Aw, thank you.
And I would also like to thank John and Mr. Vidal, because I'll give the kudos speech later. And I would like to thank all of you guys for being wonderful, having a wonderful show. I knew nothing about the show until I actually started doing it. But it was really fun, and it was a really nice experience.
Yay!
But you guys, usually when you think of drama, you think of like a caste system. Like, oh, here's like the high up drama kids, and then here are like the dorky ones, and here's the tech people. Tech are always the lowest. But I've found that throughout this show, the whole system kind of broke, and we all kind of melted together and became one big, lovely theater giants. And we all have the same dorky interests, but we're all uniquely different. And I love that.
Time is I think that everything that I could have said has already been said, even repeated multiple times in different formats, which is good. And it shows that everyone feels the same way about this. This was phenomenal. I mean, we got a bunch of people who are in different cliques and who hang out with different people and do all these things to come together and sing beautiful music and just be a part of one big thing. And I think that's really cool. One more thing, I think it's really impressive that we got someone who claims that they can't sing to go through an entire
Yeah, Becky!
When I was in the 3rd grade, I wanted to be a pirate. Like, let's be real, everybody wanted to be a pirate in the 3rd grade. Like, I've carried this for a really long time, and I just have to say, I still always really wanted to be a pirate. So now I have the opportunity to just break out of that shell and put on this mustache, hit people with metal. I feel so liberated. But no, yeah. So Aaron comes to me at lunch and he's like, "Hey, tryouts are after school today. You should come. We need people." I'm like, "Thanks, man. That's 2 hours notice. I appreciate it." But no, honestly, that's like one of the best decisions I've made all year. Thank you so much for just being so kind and accepting, and thank you for reminding me why I love theater so much. And thank you to Mr. Vidal for this incredible opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
I came in 2 weeks late because I was off in Hobbit Land. It was a big change, but you know, it was really nice to come back to the high school and to see all of you again, and some new faces and many old faces, and all of you are so passionate about this and so talented, and I just want to say thank you to all for putting up with me shoving a camera in your face every day. Thank you, Allie, for being here for me every day. And
That is not gay!
Hi everybody, it was lovely working with you all. I could point out a moment for every single person where you were the star of the stage and you were doing better than anybody else on the stage and you were completely stealing the show, but I'm not going to because I'm too tired and I need to go to bed because I'm old. So adios, you guys.
Bye.
Okay, so this was my very first play, musical, whatever you want to call it, that I've been in. I thank Spencer for actually inviting me to be in it as a techie. And it's wonderful to see how it's progressed as a play. It's just an amazing experience to me because I've learned so much. I've got to meet some of you, and I've watched how you act on stage and how you treat the stage as this place that's magical, this place where it can be something else. And I thank you all for this experience.
Yeah.
You're all amazing people, and if I got to know some of you better, I would say I love you, but I don't know many of you that well. And some of you I do kind of could get to know a little bit better, so I don't.
But you don't hate us, right?
I don't hate you. Some of you I do just.
Yeah, so it was really fun to see like everyone just kind of come together and work as a team for this, and it was like fun to see everyone get into character behind stage. And I'm gonna miss all the seniors. It's sad. All you guys should become super seniors. We need you still. Yeah, you should. I know you guys are. It's okay. Everyone else, you're actually.
But I have to say that I didn't know anything. I didn't even know this was a musical thing. And then it came very slow to me, the actual plot of the musical. But I'm very, very happy that I stayed in the musical. And I made a lot of friends. And I was told by this lovely friend to say that I hate you all. But I don't. I like you all. And but yeah, thank you for letting me be the weird sister. And I love you. And yes.
Hey, you guys are great.
Yeah!
I'll see you all for my 20-minute speech at Kuda. Yes, guys, thank you guys for free. 1, 2,